All right, greetings everybody, and welcome to week number 2. That is right, week number 2 of your 7314 class, which is your reference class. As always, I'm your professor, Dr. Jace K. Austin, and what we are going to be doing this week is a quick state of the course update, and then I am going to tell you about 2 tools that you need to have in your toolbox when it comes to retrieving journal articles that you don't have immediate access to in a database. All right. If you're confused as to what I might even be talking about, we will get there in a second. First of all, though, we are going to do that state of the course update. And before we even do that, I'm sorry, I forgot about something else. So another thing that I need to warn you all about is that I am from the rural South. I don't know if I mentioned that last week during the sync session or not, but yes, I'm from the rural South. As a rural Southerner, I talk very slowly. So in order to watch my check-in videos, one thing that people need to do usually is speed me up. So I'm going to show you all how to speed up a check-in video right now, or how to speed up a YouTube video, that is. And I am also going to put those directions in the course announcement with this check-in video, but I am putting all of this information out so that you all can speed me up as you need to. I've noticed that if people know that they can speed me up, then they are more likely to watch the check-in videos, and I am just fine with that. I get it. So let's go ahead and... All right, so the reason why I upload my check-in videos to YouTube is because YouTube does have this auto-generating function for closed captioning. And so I do want my students to be able to, if they need to use closed captioning to go along with watching the video, I want them to be able to do that. And so that is why I do upload these to YouTube, so that I can go ahead and get that closed captioning automatically and without having to take extra steps. So with that said, let's find something that we can use here. My goodness. Give me a moment. Let me pause. Okay, let me just find something that is kind of unoffensive here. So I think Let It Be would be unoffensive enough. So let me show you first.
Kick off the season and save $85.
Okay, so here we go again. This is the Beatles, Let It Be. It shouldn't be offensive, these lyrics.
Whisper words of wisdom, let it be.
Okay. Now if you want to speed it up, then what you can do is you can go to the settings icon right here, click it, and where it says playback speed, hit 1.5. And that's really all you have to do. Usually when students speed me up, they speed me up to a 1.5 or a 1.75, maybe even a 2. But yes, people do speed me up to at least a 1.5 in order to be able to actually get through the videos. And when people speed me up to 1.5, they are still able to hear everything that I'm saying and understand everything that I'm saying, okay? So you can tell that sped up to 1.5. So you can tell that it's going faster. And then it can go even faster than that. Okay, so enough about that. So that is how you speed one of these videos up. And again, I'm going to also show I'm going to put the directions also in the announcement for this check-in video. So, oh goodness. All right. So with that said, now let's go to our state of the course address. So first things first, again, if you have not filled out the introduction discussion board prompt, you need to do that. You need to do that soon. So I'm not even sure I had half the class do it in the first week, but you do have until August the 30th, so Friday, to actually do that introductory post. And if you don't do that introductory post by Friday, then I'm just going to pair you up with somebody myself. And if I pair you up with somebody myself, it might not be the best person. The best person for me to pair you up with would be somebody who is in your time zone, and then so that you can schedule without a whole bunch of difficulties. And then also beyond that, if I can get you with somebody in your state, then that helps, because you and that person may be affiliated with the State Library Association and may even work together within the State Library Association. So this is about networking. Or if you're in the same metro area, and that's definitely the case when I pair people up in Missouri, but then we've also got 2 people from the Houston metro area in this class, so that worked out well. If you are from the same metro area, again, I'm going to pair you up so that you can network with somebody who is local and also in your field. And again, that this is about networking, y'all. I am trying to help y'all network, but y'all have to help me help you. And the way to help me help you is to actually do this discussion board prompt, okay? Please do it. Again, I am just going to pair you up with somebody if you do not respond by Friday. That's the last time I'm going to mention it. All right. Other things that are on the horizon. So I am still in the process of fixing some of the syllabus quizzes. I fixed a lot of them, but some of them I still have not gotten to yet. But I will be fixing syllabus quizzes soon. So if you lost points on something that you got right, don't worry. Again, I will be correcting that soon. And then the next big things that are on the horizon. So for this week, you actually won't have a discussion board prompt due this week, but you are starting on one this week. So you are starting on discussion board prompt number 2. That is actually going to be due on September the 8th. However, you need to have at least one post up by September the 1st, which is Sunday. All right. So again, you need to have one post up by September the 1st, but this won't be due until the end of week 3. So on September the 8th. So you've got that going on, and then the other major thing that you need to pay attention to that you've got going on is this database unassignment. Let me, okay, whatever. Let me go over here then. I swear sometimes these things can just be, you can just have them as their own. All right, here we go. All right, so the database unassignment, again, everybody has been assigned a database, and if you have not been assigned a database to do, then you need to reach out to me, because that was an oversight. Everybody has been assigned a database. If you want to switch your database, if you want to trade with a classmate, let me know. All of that is cool, but you got to let me know, okay? But this will be due on September the 8th, so a week from Sunday. It really should, 30 minutes might be a little too short for some people, but I never had anyone tell me it took them longer than 2 hours. 2 hours still isn't a long time, okay? But I don't think it's going to take most of you 2 hours. I think it's going to take people between 30 minutes and 90 minutes, basically. Not very long at all. So go ahead and get your database unassignment done before September the 8th, and then on after everybody has turned all of theirs in, that's when I'm going to send out an announcement saying, hey, okay, you all can look at everybody else's work, and that's how you can learn about these different databases. So those are the two main things that you've got going on, are the database unassignment and the discussion board prompt that you start on this week, but you don't finish until next week, okay? All right, so I hope that was helpful, and now it is time to go into, that was the state of the course update. We don't have to talk about anything else, and from there, what we need to do is go ahead and talk about Journal Finder and Interlibrary Loan. So let's go. All right, so let's talk a little bit about Journal Finder and Interlibrary Loan. First of all, these are two tools that you can actually use while you are in this class and while you are in this program here at CISL. These are things that are necessary for all librarians to know about. So I am going to go over them, and I hope that a lot of you probably actually do already know about these resources, but I'm still going to go over them because you cannot assume your students' knowledge, right? Some of you have worked in libraries for years, maybe even decades, and so you know all of this stuff, you know everything, you're here just to get the degree. But then some of you are just like me, and you came into library school having never worked in a library a day in your life. I was a newspaper reporter while I was in library school, okay? I was not working in libraries. So people like me did not know about interlibrary loan and those sorts of things, and I did not learn about them in library school. I had to wait until professional practice to learn about these things. I am going to teach you about them in library school, so let's go ahead and get into Journal Finder and Interlibrary Loan and why you would use them. Pause. Okay, now I'm also going to show you at this time that searches are not linear, and that is another important lesson for you all to know. So be mindful that I'm going to go over that as well and explain why. But yeah, let me explain first when you would use Journal Finder. Okay, so let's say that, and I've become fascinated with this idea of the singularity. They're saying that the singularity is going to occur within the next 20 years. I hope not, but then again, I am 41, so maybe within the next 20 years I'll be dead anyway, who cares? But the singularity is on the horizon, so they say, and so I've become fascinated with this topic. And let's say that you wanted to learn about the singularity yourself and you decided to get some articles on Google Scholar. But let's say that you come across an article that does not have the full text on Google Scholar. And by the way, again, I'm showing you all that the search is not linear. So sometimes I hit dead ends and I have to go back. If you hit a dead end and go back, it does not mean that you did your search wrong. And when my searches do appear linear, when they do appear like everything just fit into place, I assure you that's not how it worked, okay? But yeah, so in Google Scholar, whenever you're looking for stuff in Google Scholar, a lot of times they'll have the full text right here to the right. and you can just click it and get the full text right away. So there's my full text right there, okay? So this happens. So for that article, I would not need to go through a library to get it. And actually with this particular topic, I'm seeing that a lot of them are actually offered through Google Scholar, but not everything is. So let's look at this guy. You see there's no link here, right? So evolving evolutoids and petaloids from viewpoints of envelope and singularity theory in Minkowski plane. I have no idea what that is even talking about. I just know that that is apparently full text. Goodness. Okay. Like I said, the searches are not linear. Actually, is that full text? Okay, hold on for a second. Okay, I had to look at that for a little while. But what I found out is that this is actually not the full text. These are just snippets. There you go. These are just snippets. So let's say that, oh, okay, I want this article. I need this article, and I don't have access to it in Google Scholar. Am I going to have to buy it? Let's see. Purchase. Well, this particular article does not have a price on it. But a lot of times these articles, I will say that a lot of times these articles, even though this one doesn't have a particular price, a lot of them are at least $25 and they go up and up and up from there. I've seen $300 articles. Let's not do that. Let's not spend that money. Let's try to get it through interlibrary loan. So what we need to do is see if Mizzou offers the journal that this is in, and that journal would be the Journal of Geometry and Physics. So let's go ahead and copy. Now I could also play around with this, but I'm not going to right now so that I can actually illustrate what I'm trying to show you all. So, specific journal. We have the name of a journal that we want to use. So, come here. Ooh, and it looks like this might be one that we have. All right. So they have access, man. Okay, so they only have paper copies. What we are going to do is we are actually going to pivot. I hope I don't confuse you all with this, but what we're going to do is pivot, because this is a good example for something else. This is actually a good example for interlibrary loan. So let's go ahead and show interlibrary loan, and then I'll show you all Journal Finder after this. But let's go ahead and do interlibrary loan. So interlibrary loan comes in handy when you are not able to find the article anywhere online and you also do not have access through your library. That is when you can use interlibrary loan, fill out a form, and then the library will actually buy and retrieve that article for you. So let's show you how that works. So what I need to do is keep all of this pertinent information here. And then what I can do, I am actually going to go back to here. And what I'm going to do is look for interlibrary loan. All right, give me one moment. All right, and yeah, they've changed the page around slightly, so that's why I had to kind of look and see where things were. And so if you want to use interlibrary loan, what you would do if you're going through Mizzou, most libraries, by the way, have interlibrary loan. This is not some unique Mizzou feature. A lot of public libraries have it, as well as academic libraries, by the way, but sometimes public libraries will charge you a small fee. But when I say small, you're probably looking at $1 to $3 as opposed to the $25, for instance, to buy the article. Anyway, so if you want to use interlibrary loan, what you can do from Mizzou is go to this request an item, and then you can log on to ILL at MU, and ILL stands for interlibrary loan. And then what you okay, I don't know why it's not letting me in. Hold on a second. Okay, that was the old password. And as you can see, like I have a electronically delivered article that is dated on June the 11th. This is one that I had requested for my summer reference class. And so I showed them how to do this, and then I got the article back on June the 11th. I showed them how to do it in June. But to do a new request, which is what you would want to do, you can go to, in this case, we're looking for articles. So you'll go to article. And then what you'll do is you'll fill in the requested information. So the title of the article title is required. Journal title is also required. This again is the Journal of Geometry and Physics. Put that in there. You only have to fill out the required fields, but you can fill out more fields, and a lot of times that helps them make their returns faster. Copy. Got that. And then what you can do is you do have to pay attention to volume and issue as well. This is volume 176. Looks like we do not have an issue number. You won't always have an issue number. So we can do volume 176. It doesn't look, again, like we have an issue, but it is June, June and 2022. Inclusive pages, yeah, you will need that. Let me see if I can find that. Sometimes if it's not readily apparent here, what you might want to do is go to this site option. In this case, though, is exporting, so I don't want that. Hold on a minute. Okay, so remember when Dr. Jace was telling you that searches are not linear? This is something that I have not even run into before. But again, you never know what's going to happen when you're on that library desk. So I don't have page numbers here. As you can see, I'm supposed to also put in my inclusive page numbers. And what I'm seeing here is that this is where the page number should be, and there's some sort of error there, okay? I am going to go ahead and put that number in, though. I know that's weird, but I'm going to put that number in because that's what's actually in the citation information. So I wouldn't be able to come up with anything better. And I'm not even going to worry about all these other little things here. We can just go ahead and not want it after. You want to give at least 2 weeks. I'm not going to give 2 months, which is what this is offering here. I am going to give 2 weeks. So usually they are fulfilled within 72 hours, though. They fulfill 98% of article requests within 72 hours, okay? 72 hours not including weekends, all right? So there you go with all that. And then none of that is required, so then we just put in submit request. And again, now I don't have to buy this. In a few days, or maybe even tomorrow, it's going to send me something like this, and I'll just be able to view it. And voila, just that simple. And you even see my name right there, Jason Austin, okay? So that is how the interlibrary loan works. So I'll get this article in a few days. If you want me to show you that I got the article, I can do that. But that's how that works. And I still need to show you all Journal Finder, so let's do that. Okay, so I hope I don't run into the problem that I did last time, but this time I'm going to use cluster B is what I'm searching for. If you're not familiar with cluster B and you're curious about what that is, just hit me up and I'll talk to you extensively about it because I have a lot of opinions about it. But so now we're going to shift focuses and hopefully work with with Journal Finder this time. So what we are going to do is let's see, current. We're more likely to have something like this. Let me grab this and see. Okay, yeah. So again, this is not something that is, it just says contact sales, so I don't know how much they're selling it for. But as you can see, it's not something that is immediately accessible. And so if we want to use Journal Finder to try to find it, then what we can do is, again, go back to the library. And let's go for a specific journal. And this one is Clinical Psychology Review. Hopefully we need 2001, so hopefully they'll have it. Let's see. I'm telling y'all, these searches are not linear. All right. Yes. Okay, we should be in business here. Now let me show you what you would do. So this is 2001, and as you can see, they have everything supposedly from 1998 to the present. Let's make sure that they do, though. Alrighty. So we're going to click that. We're going to go in here. Articles and issues. So we are looking for volume 21, issue 3. So all issues. Let's find volume 21. So sorry again, these are not linear and you kind of have to just watch people go through the process to see it. But this is why I tell you to speed me up, and I hope you did this. So again, we were talking about volume 21, issue number 3. Again, I'll show you that, volume 21, issue 3. So we come here, boom, and then we look for the page number, which this will start on page 345. And so 325, 345. And as you can see, there's our full text right there. Okay, 30 pages, which we're not going to read, but that just, again, shows you how the method works, okay? So, again, when you are looking for articles, do not pay. If you pay for an article before, don't pay for another article ever again. Go through your library. Even if your library charges like $1 to $3, that's going to be cheaper than the $25 article, okay? So that is what I want you all to do, and that's the skill that I want you all to have, all right? Because I care about you and I want you all to save money and to be successful in this program. This is a great way when you're looking for sources. This is a great way to find sources. So that's what I want you all to do. All right. With that said, I think I've taken enough of your time. Yes, we are still under 21 minutes. Let's keep it that way. I am Dr. Jace, and have some grace when you are serving patrons who don't know some of these things, because you don't know everything either. So there's a whole lot of not knowing everything going on, and we've got to help each other through it. All right, I'll see you all next week with a few APA rules.